Hi, in this session I'm going to cover how to create a checklist. So let's say, for example, you had a to-do list or a checklist and you want to just, whenever it's done, you can have that check mark there. And I'll show you 3 examples of how we can create it. Now the first example here is we have just a status here, which when you change it, if we just turn this to no, it would change it into a circle. And if you had yes, let's say you had no down here and you type in y, or not just yes but y, and press delete, press enter, it would give us our check mark. Now that's all fine and dandy if you are expecting just to type in either y or yes or a no. But let's say that you typed in some other random word, ugh or something like that, it would still create that circle. So if you're certain that you're either going to type a y, a yes or y or no, then that works. But if you're not, maybe you want to go to this particular example where we pretty much make it you can either select yes or no, and that's done via data validation. So if I select no, it's going to give us our circle. If I select yes, it will give us, and if I try to go into the cell and type in something else and press enter, we'll get an error window telling us that we can't do that. So that's kind of giving only those 2 parameters, and it makes it a little bit something where if you send us off to someone else to fill in the checks or select yes or no, you're certain that they'll only select those 2 options. The third option is like if you don't want to have the separate column to change the value here, you can just do it within the checkbox column. So it's either going to be a 1 or 0. 1 meaning true, 0 meaning false. So if I select this cell and press the number 1, press enter, I'll get my check mark. If I'm in this cell and press the 0, I'll get my circle. So I'll cover how to create these 3 different examples. So let's go to the first one. Now let's type in some values. Maybe I'll type yes here, y here, delete, and then a no here. Now this one, I have to create a formula. It's going to be 2 different functions, an if function and an or function. So the if function is going to be if it's this true, if it's true, then you give this value. If it's false, you give this value. The or is just basically saying if it is either a yes, yes, or if it's a yes, just the letter y. So let's go ahead and create the formula. Equals if, and I'm gonna have the parentheses here, and I want to see C9 equal to either the yes, close quotes, open quotes, close quotes, or C9 equals just the letter y, and then close parentheses. Now I'm back into my if statement. Now, oops, I forgot to put the or, so let me do or, because either one or the other. Alright, now I'm back into the if statement. You can see this little screen tip here. So if this is true, if it's going to be either yes or a y, the number 1. If it's false, the number 0. And then close parentheses, control enter to stay in there, and I'm going to go ahead and click this fill handle to copy the formula down, double click it, and we can see we have our y equals 1. So if I type in no, it will be a 0. Right? So I'm going to go ahead and also center this. Let me center this. Now the next step is where we want to create the conditional formatting. So I'll go into conditional formatting, go to new rule, and I want to have the icon sets under the format style. And when it's green, and if it's greater than or equal to 1, I want to have that turn into a check mark. If it is less than 1 or greater than or equal to 0, I'm going to have that go into a white circle. Now if it's less than 0, I'm just going to have it no cell icon. And the type, I'm just going to make this numbers. Oops, it changed that, so I'm going to type in 1 and then 0 and click OK. And now you can see that it's done that. Oh, but it left the numbers in. So what we want to do is we want to have those numbers disappear. So let me bring back the Conditional Rules Manager window, Alt-O-D, and I'm going to go ahead and edit that rule. and yet I need to check off this box because I just want to show the icon only. I don't want to show the numbers. So click OK, and now I have it there. So if I type in Y, delete, it will turn into check mark. And no, and of course no, and any other silly characters will still give me the white circle. So that's that. Well, let's say that I want to create this example and I want to have just a yes or no. So what I want to do is I want to select this and bring up the data validation window. So I like keyboard shortcuts. It's Alt V L. And what I want to do is I want to create a list. I want to create a list, and it's either going to be a yes or no. And also I want to have that message when someone hovers over it or clicks into that cell. Let's just say call this selection. And the message I want to say is select yes or no. And also have an error alert, because if they try to put something else different, maybe I can give them, I'll just go ahead and take the default. Oh, well, maybe I'll say, we'll give them a message. Enter, select, yes or no. And I guess I'll put a title in here. Selection. Do the same thing. And make them stop. So I'll click OK. Alright. And basically I can just use the same formula here. Well, or similar formula. I can just make it 1 or 0 now. So I can, in this formula, I can say equals if, open parentheses, if this cell G9 equals 1, then equals yes. And even though I have caps, mix cases here, it doesn't really matter in Excel. I can have this lowercase, uppercase. So if this is yes, I'm gonna have it as a 1. If it's false, that's a 0. So if G9 is yes, the true value is going to give us a 1. False value is going to give us a 0. And go ahead and press Control Enter to stay in that cell, and I'll just go ahead and double click this to bring it down. So now I'm going to go and select it. So this is yes, it should give me a 1. No should give me a 0 or a blank. And anything else, press Enter. I'm going to get select yes or no. I'm going to go retry. Alright, oops, cancel. And then yes. Alright, so I'll go ahead and now do the conditional formatting. I'm going to go ahead and just make that centered. Let's go into the conditional formatting, new rule, and also start to do our icon sets, right? So if it is, let me go number here, value is greater than or equal to 1, give it a check mark. If it's less than 1 and greater than or equal to 0, white circle, less than 0, no cell icon. So click OK, and oops, I forgot again to have only the icon set there. So I'll go back into the Rules Manager, Alt OD, and Edit Rule, and check off the Show Icon Only there. Click OK, and now it's set there. So that's with the data validation. So this is a more strict way of enforcing that for the check boxes or for your checks. So what if we don't want to have this? This is something that we're creating for ourselves. Well, you can actually just have either a 1 or 0 in there. And we know what we're going to do is just create the conditional formatting for that. So Alt OD, new rule. I'm going to go ahead and select the icon sets again. And let me go and do number here. So if the value is greater than or equal to 1, that is a check mark. Less than or equal, less than 0 or greater than or equal, less than 1 or greater than or equal than 0, that's going to be a white circle, and that will be no cell. Click OK, and then click OK here. So basically this means that I just know that I'm getting the type of 1 or 0. 1 would give me, and I forgot again, show icon only. Alt OD, and go ahead and go to Edit Rule and check off the show icon only box. Click OK, and let me go ahead and center this. And if it's a 0, then it's a white circle. If it's 1, then it's a check mark. So there you go. There's the 3 ways and 3 examples of which you can create a checklist. One with just a yes or no, one with data validation, and one with not having a helper column there. So I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.